Hello everyone. A quick little lesson about ways to work with your type for your Kinetic type project using Adobe Illustrator. Certainly you can type all your text and phrases in directly into After Effects. It's no problem. There's a type tool. But I find I have a little bit more flexibility when I work in Illustrator. So I have all my phrase elements on different layers depending on how I'm going to work with them. There's a ball that I drew. I mean, the other plus about doing your project in Illustrator or starting in Illustrator is you're going to be bringing in at least 2 illustrations. So it's helpful. Okay, so you see some of this I have already rotated because I know how I want it to fall onto the screen. You know, it's basically my clip is about Homer laughing hysterically because of a video where somebody gets hit in the groin with a ball. So I'm going to have the word his rotate around like the S, so H will swing over and hit groin, and then groin will flip. I'm going to actually use a 3D thing to have it rotate on its y-axis off the screen, and I'll show you that in another demo. And there's still a few things I need to put. It works on so many levels, and I want to have that whole piece rotate 90 degrees. So it's a long phrase, but I'm going to put it all on a single layer so that I can rotate that entire layer. All right, so just keep in mind, whatever you want to work individually should be on its own layer. If you need a letter to do something individually, put that on its own layer. Okay. And some setups here. I just wanted to point out a few more things. When I set this up, I, again, picked HDTV. We're working in HD again. So it's 1920 by 1080. I'm under my film and video preset. Oops. Actually, you can find it in a bunch of places, but here it is, HDTV, 1920 by 1080. And then down at the bottom here, there's this more settings button. And I turned off my transparency grid here just because it was bothering me. So you don't need to, but I like the white background. So I can confirm my size in pixels, which is 1920 by 1080, and I can make my document. And then, as before, I get my bounding box for my screen, and remember I have some different guides set up for text-based and motion-based stuff, but I'm going to go all the way to the edges here. And remember, I can change some things in After Effects. The first thing I did do was I went ahead and set up my I'm just going to call it Homer type. My swatch set, and I mixed up a swatch for this that could be used for the background. So I wanted something like a burgundy-ish. Let's go there. And I called it background. And then I can drag it down here into my set. Okay, so just take it from there and drag it into your folder. And I'm also going to have a color for Homer, which is a pretty intense yellowish color, which will work good with the burgundy. And then for the other character, I'll probably have an orangish, a pale orange, since he's a lot less intense. Okay. So the background I put on also just because, again, I want to see what my color is going to look like. And this background I'm going to dump later and just, use the background color with my composition in After Effects. Or I could keep this. It doesn't matter. But I need my rectangle and just start up here and drop this guy on so I know where my screen is easily. All right, that's how I set everything up. So now I can flip back to where I was at here. Okay, so I'm going to flip these guys off and go to my layer 7 and turn that on so far. I have some dummy text there. And I want to put in here, and I'm using all caps for Homer, but not for the other guy. Trust me, I'm typing. It works on so many levels. And oops, let's go ahead and put the color on here first. So in my swatches, it's right there. Okay, so what's going to happen here is this type will come on like this, across the screen, except I want the word levels on. I want to rotate the word levels, so I'm going to cut that off of there. Just delete it. So many, and then come up here and put the word levels. Okay, where is it? Let's undo that. I'm not sure what happened there. Got some weird little dot. Okay. All right. Don't know what was going on there. Again, this watch is super handy. And then I'll rotate this. And for all of this stuff, for scaling and rotating, as I'm laying this out, I'm using these tools, these transformation tools. So let's go ahead and rotate this. You can just click it here, and I'm going to hold down Shift to do a complete 90 degrees. And then if you need to get the Move tool, you can hold down the Command key from here, and you can move these guys around. And then, so here's what's going to happen. This will come on the screen, and then this whole block is going to rotate 90 degrees so that it works on so many will be vertical, stacked vertically, and then the word levels will read correctly. And then what I'm going to have happen is the word levels is going to move up and down the screen, and it's going to mask out these letters as it moves, so it's very clear that it's going up and down and changing levels. Get it? And I might do some kind of strobing thing as that happens too, using the effects palette. All right, but that'll be an easy thing to do. And I want the word levels to be bigger because when it rotates around, I'm going to rotate it back here for a minute just so we can see how big I want it. I want it to be pretty ginormous. So again, I'm going to hold down Command so I can move this thing. And then I'm going to jump right here just to show you. I've scaled these stuff up using this tool because it lets you, just do whatever you want with it. I don't need to worry about changing the type font size. It'll do it automatically. You can see up here now it's 610 point something something. And again, I can press down Command key any time I want to get the selection tool to move it. All right, so I wanted to make it basically fill the screen this way because it's going to, again, it's going to end up being oriented this way and then dropping down after everything rotates. Okay, so it's going to go woo, woo, woo. All right, just see what it's going to do, and that I don't, it works on so many, again, will be going up the side. All right, so let's now rotate it back. Grab my rotate tool, which is R. I can hit R on my keyboard. And again, hold down Shift, constrain this, hold down Command to move this back over here. I want to do it just like that, so that'll look really nice. Maybe a little more distance there. Nope, no distance. That's going to look cool. Okay, I'm going to save this, finish this up. I will call this, put the ball. Here's how this phrase starts. And by the way, I'm going to do my different phrases separately. This is sort of the final phrase after there's some banter between Homer and the showing of the little clip. I'm going to make a bunch of small compositions, about 8 to 10 seconds each, based on the length of the audio. And then I will take all those compositions and put them together in a final composition with a big piece of audio. Again, that demo happens secondarily. Okay, so I'm going to call this But the Ball 2. Okay, and it's going in this folder called, no, I need a new folder here, don't I? I'm going to put it in a folder on my desktop. This will be my assets folder. I'll call it Project Kinetic Type. I sure hope I spelled kinetic right. Okay, that's my assets folder. My sound's going to have to go in there as well. All right, so use these tools. They'll make your life easy. You can scale down whatever you want. Let's click this guy and select it, and then click my scale tool, and then I can scale this guy down and do whatever I want. And again, remember, just grab the command, just press the command key, and you'll get the selection tool back, the selection tool, so you can move these guys around. No sense in jumping back up here when you can just press the command key. It makes it super easy. Okay, save it, and I'll go ahead and quit.